You're looking at me like I've got a secret to tell, huh? Well, maybe I do. There's something about this time of day, when the sun's just about to set, that makes me think of your grandpa, Leroy. That man could always make me smile, even when things weren't so easy. I reckon that's what I miss most about him, that smile of his. Let me tell you a story. It was one summer afternoon, way back when. The year was 1954, if I remember right. A warm day, no clouds in sight. Just the kind of day that makes you think everything's gonna be perfect. You know what I mean? The kind where you're feeling good and you can hear the birds chirping. The world's just humming along. Nice and easy. Leroy and I were in the garden. I was out there, puttering around with my roses. And Leroy, well, he was busy fixing the fence. Always fixing something, that man. If it wasn't the fence, it was the car, or the roof, or the radio. He had more tools than anyone I knew. We always went there, just the two of us. Quiet, peaceful, with the wind in the trees. It was where we could talk, or sometimes not talk at all. Just be together. Well, that day, something felt a little different. The air was thick, and I could smell the rain coming, even though the sky still looked clear. Just smiling away. If you ask me, those roses need a little more attention. They're looking a little wild, he'd say, always teasing me. I told Leroy, I think we better turn back, honey. Looks like it's gonna rain. But Leroy, he just shook his head and laughed. Oh, come on now. You're not afraid of a little rain, are you? I wasn't afraid. Not really. But I knew. I'd laugh, of course, and tell him I knew exactly what I was doing. He never let me live it down, though. Said the only thing I ever grew was weeds. Anyway, we decided to take a walk down the lane after we finished. It was our usual thing, a little stroll to the big oak tree by the edge of the woods. I just knew something wasn't right. But you couldn't change his mind once he'd decided on something. So, we kept walking. We were halfway down the lane when the sky turned, like it suddenly realized it had forgotten something. It went from blue to gray in the blink of an eye. I told him again, Leroy, we need to go back. It's too late now. But the man, he just kept on walking, all confident and cocky. We'll be fine, sweetheart. It's just a little rain. Let's see if we can make it to the tree, and wouldn't you know it, not 5 minutes later, the heavens opened up. The rain came down like somebody turned on a faucet, and about buckets of it, just pouring down on us. We got soaked in seconds. My hair was plastered to my face, and my shoes, well, I lost one of them right there in the mud. And Leroy, he just stood there, laughing like a fool. He pulled me close, said, now this is what I call an adventure. I swear, I couldn't help myself. I started laughing too. There we were, soaked to the bone, running for cover under that big oak tree. We must have looked like a couple of kids, laughing at the rain, like it was the most fun we'd ever had. We didn't even talk much after that. We just stood there, huddled together under the tree, waiting for the storm to pass. It didn't take too long, but long enough for me to realize something. It wasn't the rain, or the storm, or even the mud that mattered. It was him. It was the way Leroy made everything feel better. He had this way of turning a miserable situation into something funny, something worth remembering. By the time the rain let up, the sun was starting to peek through the clouds. Leroy took my hand, and we started heading back home. He didn't say much, just held my hand tight like he always did. We didn't need to talk. We didn't need words to understand that. In that moment, everything was just right. Now, every time it rains, I think of that day. I think of him, standing there laughing, soaking wet, not a care in the world. And I smile. It's funny. Even though he's gone now, I still feel him with me. In the rain, in the quiet moments, in the memories. It's funny how love works like that, isn't it? It stays with you, even when they're not there to hold your hand anymore. So, whenever you hear the rain, just remember, love's like that. It's always there, just waiting for you to notice it again.